touch it.
You want to touch it? Are you crazy? We'll find out if it's a racer. Oh, he gone. He ain't playing. Back in the rice swamp. This is the moment of truth. Let's see if we got any germination. I see a lot of green. Let's go check it out. In here checking out the rice swamp a little over 2 weeks after planting. Got my little buddy with me today, and I am very happy. We got some awesome coverage, especially out there in the middle where Bill hit. Let's go take a look at it. But 2 weeks after planting, we're looking good. You following some quicksand? See if you can get to that log. Let's take a look at it. So everything you see that's taller and green, that's our rice. Across the whole swamp. There are some grasses and things coming in, but the idea is this rice gets up quicker and gets up taller. It'll help outcompete the grasses beneath it. So I'm not too worried about the grasses that are volunteering in here. But we got a lot of flow coming in here. We had 3 inches of rain in the last 2 days. So that's why we're in here. We're gonna go check our beaver dam and see if the beavers clogged us up. You need some help? Now this is pretty cool. I wanna show you this. I saw some rice down in here, but that is not seeded rice. That is rice that is still viable from last hunting season, and it is still hard as can be. It's not soft or decayed whatsoever. So that tells you this rice matured out in late September, October, and first week of July is still hard and very viable. Millet will never do that. Millet would have rotted away months ago. So that's why we love this rice. It's so much hardier and so much more reliable. You okay? Maybe you better stick to this side. All right. He just woke up from a quick nap, so he's still getting his swamp legs under him. Let's go check out the beaver dam and see if we've got any activity. But based on the water level after 3 inches of rain, I think we're in pretty good shape.
Also, you can definitely find quicksand in swamps.
There's a lot of quicksand in the swamp. You'll sink even deeper down towards the dam. You wanna go check it out? How we looking in there, boss? Looking good? Down here at the water control structure, and do we have any beavers? Nope. That's why I love this control structure versus a pipe, is you can move a lot of water through here. We've had over 3 inches of rain in the last 48 hours, and this pond is barely even an inch high. And this is a very active stream system. Some folks have asked me about seeding into standing water, and this right here is gonna be case in point. I know for a fact all of this was under about 4 inches of water, and the seed down in here is still somewhat viable, but it didn't even germinate. So whatever was broadcasted, yeah, there's a bunch of little specks out here, and this was under probably 4 to 6 inches of water, and even with a ½ inch of water on it, it did not germinate. Maybe there's one stem right there. Yeah, 1 or 2 of them might have actually made it up. See a little bit of germination here and there, but for the most part, if it was under standing water, that rice did not come up. So it definitely wants this exposed bare mud flat. Year 3 of doing the rice, it's at a millet, and I'm very pleased with it. Get the water off of it, get the rice on the mud flat. It germinates quickly after soaking it. We're off to the races. It's all 4 to 6 inches tall, exactly 2 weeks after planting. The water control structure is conveying over 3 inches of water in 48 hours. Everything's working as it should. Let's go check the lower swamp. We planted that a week ago, so that'll be about an 8-day update. Let's go check it out. Let's see what we got here. Pond looks a little high, which this swamp does get a lot more flow. Some encouraging news. We got germination, and that's the rice that was already germinated in the cooler. So that rice was perfectly viable and is locked into the sandy beach area there. And I also had spread that on the dam here next to Hudson's Drain, and it's all green and happy and germinated as well. So that tells me everything I seeded on that far side is very viable. And I can see in the camera, it is very green over there. So I think that germinated seed was just fine to throw out. And a beaver has clogged up Hudson's little drain here. So we're gonna get this dug back out for him. But I do hear water flowing over here, so we'll go check that out in just a minute. Make sure we're still free and clear over there. This was the leftover rice in the cooler, and you can tell it had no problem growing. Looks like a chia pet. A lot of work, isn't it, buddy? Let's go check out this drain. Fantastic. Not a single bit of beaver debris in here. So putting those large sticks there and really securing up the bottom of this thing has worked nicely. Also, killing 5 beavers didn't hurt at all either. So we have no obstruction in the fence at all. Water staying down. We're just combating a little bit of rainfall here. But we got a lot of germination. We're gonna walk this bank over here, take a look at it. This is what we like to see. Bright green. This is only 7 days after planting, and it doesn't look a whole lot different than the swamp that were 2 weeks after planting. So we're looking really good down here. Fantastic germination. The rice on this side was not pre-soaked. So this was rice that was just straight out of the bag, thrown straight onto the mud flat. And it had no problem germinating whatsoever. A little bit farther up the bank here and plenty of germination. And I can see well up into the head section, we got a lot of green up there as well. We're not gonna walk up there today. We'll give it a couple weeks. We'll go tour everything. But I think we're off to a fantastic start. You all right, buddy? You need help? This is what it looks like 2 weeks after planting and a week after planting. And we got a side-by-side comparison of rice that was pre-soaked versus not pre-soaked, and it looks the same to me. You can expect a lot of good green growth after 2 weeks for sure. We'll be back in here in a couple weeks once there's a noticeable difference. But as always, thank you guys for watching. God bless and take care.